All right, class. Once again, I would much rather us meet in person. I would much rather get to see you guys face to face and hang out and enjoy discussions. But for normal and understandable precautions, we're still doing videos. So today, I'm going to try to give you guys a brief overview of the Congressional website, the U.S. Congress website, and I'm going to post a link in the news items. It's essentially www.congress.gov. And for your assignment this week, what you guys have to do is give a careful review of that website. It's a great resource. If you look over it, you can see at the very top of the site, or at the top of the page, it has most viewed bills and congressional bills in both. There's a juxtaposition of the House and the Senate, and you get to track bills in both the House and the Senate. You get to monitor congressional action in either chamber. Also, what I think is a very neat option that you have through the Congressional website is you can look up your representatives, your congressional representatives, both from the House or from the Senate. And you can see that either any of your representatives, House, Senate, etc., or from any of the states, they all have their own website. And it's also interesting, you can look at their websites, which generally for most of them contain videos and really do a good job of outlining what that senator or representative's platform for his or her party, what his or her personal agendas are, political agendas are. And also, within this congressional website, you can look up the track records for your representatives in Congress. So you could see, your House of Representatives for this area. You can see how he has voted on certain bills, and you can see how he stands on certain issues. What I find really neat, why I think that this is an important, imperative part of this course, is I think I've tried to detail how powerful Congress is. They're the true powerhouse in American national government. This is one means through which we can try to hold our representatives accountable. So through this site, you can check your representative's track record, see where he or she stands on issues, how they voted in the past. You can track what bills are attached to your representatives. So your representative may be part of a subcommittee or a conference committee that's ironing out some issues about a bill. And this website shows you how to get in contact with your representatives. So, for example, you could look up your senator, or you could look, Marco Rubio is a Florida senator, and you could say, all right, so what's Rubio's congressional action pending right now? He's on a committee about a bill that pertains to college safety. As a taxpayer, as a voter, I feel like I should reach out to Mr. Rubio and tell him how I feel about this. Now, true enough, your representatives themselves may not be the persons who read your letters, who read your emails, but someone in their camp is going to be reviewing and hearing your insight. So this is why I think it's a very important part of American national government. We work to hold our senators and our representatives accountable. Also, when you're going into an election year, if you have members of Congress who are on the chopping block, you could look over how they voted. You could look over the actions that they've taken and see if you feel that that representative is properly representing you. And, as I've said, reach out to them. Let them know how you feel. In the past, when I've written congresspersons, whether it was at the state level or at the national level, they've always been very keen in writing me back some missive of correspondence explaining why they took certain action. A lot of times that can give you a feel for whom you have representing you in our representative Republican form of government. For this assignment, after you carefully review this website, look at its features, for this week you guys have to do another discussion post. So in your discussion post, you will need to detail how effective you feel this website is. You will need to detail its features, its benefits, and to an extent you could even be critical and say, hey, maybe it lacked a few bells and whistles. I would have liked it if. For a true reveal, you could give us some details in your discussion about your representative, his or her voting record, track record, and also, to receive full credit, you guys are going to have to respond to one fellow student, to his or her post. Be respectful in your posts. I understand modern times there are a number of different political philosophies out there. While we may not agree with one another, we have to be respectful. If you look in the content area in D2L, you guys will also find that I have an explanative rubric for receiving full credit for discussion posts. I think I've talked about this in a couple of our class meetings. To receive full credit, we can't just say, gosh, that website's cool, I really like it. No, it needs to be a substantial post. It needs to have substantive information. So what we're looking for to get full credit is a college level discussion post after you've carefully reviewed this website. Now, I understand we're in unique times right now, and we're not getting a lot of face time. So I want to encourage each of you guys to feel perfectly comfortable shooting me an email, perfectly comfortable calling me at 850-973-9455. Obviously, you guys have access to my email through D2L. I am open to any of your concerns, any of your questions. I feel confident that things in place as they are, I feel confident that you guys are going to do well. From what I've seen in the discussion posts, with the quiz grades since we've gone to the online format, it doesn't seem to have made much of an impact. But I don't want to downplay anyone's concerns or worries. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me via phone call or email about this discussion post, this discussion assignment, the U.S. Congressional website, or anything pertaining to the class that is stressful to you, or any way that you need any guidance or assistance. If you're in some sort of dire situation, obviously the college has put a brief extension on withdrawal deadlines. Most of you guys are probably in pretty good shape at this point, but I would suggest you check your grades to get a good feel for where you stand this late in the semester. So, again, quick summary. You have got to go. It's going to be posting D2L news items. You've got to look over the website. You need to spend 45 minutes to an hour looking over its features. Afterwards, you need to be able to put a good, substantial discussion post and wait for the responses of a couple of your peers, and also follow our guidelines posted for the substantial posts and responses in content area in D2L. And again, very important, if you guys are stressed, if you guys have concerns, whether they be technical, whether they be content related, don't hesitate. Please, this is what I'm here for. Give me a phone call, give me an email, and we'll work to try to resolve whatever issues you guys are facing. Okay? Again, have a great week. I miss meeting in person, but this is essentially the next best thing.